Peace. What's good? Hey, it's time to get off, stressing. Ain't no stressing for real, but trying to get off that, get on some learning. You know what I mean? I want to talk about these books I tried to talk about the other day. That might be beneficial to people. They start learning about things that they don't know about. Stuff that ain't been taught to us. Things of that nature. This one book, it's called The Antediluvian World. And it's by Ignatius Donnelly. And this book is basically talking about pre-flood civilization. Pre-flood civilization. Here in America and other places too. But it's called The Antediluvian World by Ignatius Donnelly. And I can't remember who put me on this book. I think it was either 432 Drop or I Said the Duke of Tears. They the two sources of information that I listen to the most when I started learning about real stuff. So one of those two. And also this other book is called Worlds Beyond the Poles. It's by F. Amadeo Giannini. See? Yeah. But yeah, these two books basically talk about, the whole Antarctic thing. Really getting into that. You can get some clarity into that, things of that nature. So you figure out why they're trying to keep us blocked from Antarctica, stuff like that. And that's very relevant to what's going on in the world and what has transpired in the last few hundred years. You know what I'm saying? It's funny, when I first got onto the African American ain't American thing, I remember I really got into a big debate with the guy Kerry Davis on Facebook, because I had said something about Antarctica and the treaties and this and the third, and he didn't agree with me, and he was saying that I need to worry about getting my land back and stuff like that. Now I understand where he was coming from, but come to find out, in truth, I think he was wrong. I know he was wrong, but he definitely is and was the guy for that message at the time. With African Americans ain't African, but the bigger thing has a lot to do with worlds beyond the poles, the antediluvian world, why the New World Order came in and restructured civilization, using religion as a weapon, restructuring religion and belief systems, to be able to better manipulate and control the minds of the people. So I think I know all of that stuff was relevant. It's just that at the time I don't think he saw it. And I didn't really see it, to the level I see it now, but I don't know. He ain't want to hear that stuff now, at that time, right? But it is what it is. Me and him went through. He actually he actually blocked me off of Facebook because of the debate that we was having on Messenger. Because me myself, like, I know what I be thinking, and I know and I wasn't really. I didn't get disrespectful with him, but he wasn't trying to hear that shit. And I wasn't really trying to hear. I was being respectful, but I ain't. But if you try to teach me something, if you don't know what you're talking about, I'm a prove it that you don't know what you're talking about, or you just need to stick to what you one thing. That's what I said. Everybody, your dude might be sharp on one thing, but that don't mean he's sharp on everything. And a lot of stuff get past us. You know what I mean? So Just because somebody sharp on one thing don't mean that they're gonna be sharp about the next thing. You know what I mean? So you gotta really, if you want to be boom and know a lot, you gotta go into a lot of different stuff. You can't just be stuck on one thing. You know what I mean? And that's just the nature of the game. You dig what I'm saying? And I know that from my base religion. You know what I mean? And the importance of knowledge has been put inside of me from that. You know what I mean? So, you know, not saying nothing against him. He did his job. He really pulled a lot of people into being woke on that tip. Like, us understanding that we're not Africans, and there's nothing wrong with being African. Actually, but that's another story. The whole world is African. You really just want to get into a bunch of code words and different stuff, you know what I mean? It's all the same, but if you following the paradigm, that slave paradigm, no, that's fake, that's phony. We ain't no Africans, you know, melanated people here ain't no people that was brought over here on the wooden boat and turned into so-called Slavs. No, that's not a true story. So, on the tip of me, I'm not African on that. But as for me being African on another note, yeah, I am. But that's another. You gotta know what paradigm you sliding into when you start saying stuff. You know what I mean? Like I know what I'm saying if I say I'm African, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm saying. I'm not. And ain't talking about no slave stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but get back on track. These books, it's good to look into these books. You know, Worlds Beyond the Poles, Antediluvian World, especially for American people. This other book, Confederate Cherokees. You know what I mean? These books start showing you that, you know, history been really taught to you in reverse. You know what I mean? And they teach you to hate your stuff, so you don't go towards it. Even like the Aztec stuff. I remember like I kind of like had in my mind that like Aztecs was like savage type people that human sacrifice and all that. So, you know, like when you think that stuff about certain things, you don't really want to learn about it. You ain't gonna go into it. You're just gonna leave it alone. You ain't gonna want to learn about it. But it's a reason for them teaching, you know, trying to get us to believe that way about these things, so we won't try to learn about it. Who wants to learn about some craziness or something that we think is crazy? You know what I mean? So just know that stuff been taught to us in reverse. You know what I mean? So if anything, you want to put your mind on the tip. Like anything they tell you. I automatically think it's the reverse. If they say go, I stop. If they say stop, I go. And that's really how my mind is wired to a certain degree. I've settled down a little bit, but because I know I gotta sift through things. But there was a time when, you know, anything that the mainstream try to tell me, I'm going the other way with it. So. And that's what carried me into what I'm on now. So there is no perfect way. You gotta go your way. You know what I'm saying? And everybody don't got the same life experiences. Everybody don't have the same way of thinking or of figuring stuff out. So like, and everybody's nobody's intelligence is the same. You know what I mean? Some people are smarter than others, but that don't mean that the person that's maybe not, that functions a little bit slower, they might figure it out faster because they moving slower, and the person's moving so fast they'll be missing stuff. So, you know, I mean, you just never know. It's all about, and then, you know, if God, the energy is guiding you the right way, you ain't gonna miss anyway, whether you're moving slow or you're moving fast. So the tortoise and the hare can both win the race, but it's all about, you know what I mean, how you being guided. You know what I mean? But that's pretty much a little bit most of it I wanted to talk about. But in those videos, a lot of them videos I'll be putting up, I'll be trying to just activate people's mind. You know what I'm saying? I don't be trying to, and then other stuff I'll be putting up, I don't be trying to show off or nothing like that. But it'd be other stuff that I do be trying to mess with certain people that I know pay attention to me. You know what I'm saying? But They know what I'm talking about. But you know, yeah, you should get into these books if you can. If you can, purchase these books and make your way through them, because you're gonna learn. You know what I mean? You're gonna learn some stuff that truthfully you wasn't supposed to learn based on the mainstream thing. You know what I'm saying? And if you got questions, you should try to get in contact with people who have who know about this stuff, and you can ask them questions. And none of us is fully. We all learning on the job. That's why I've learned. Even the people that I follow, like 432 Drive, I say through the tears, I can tell when they learning stuff, and when Rizzo, like, they came across something that they was like, "Ooh, all right, okay, cool." So we all learning. Don't nobody got it all. Like, don't nobody got it all. That's why you gotta constantly be a perpetual student. If you're not a perpetual student, you can get stuck. So don't get stuck. If you're interested, continue. You don't have to follow behind nobody, but your guidance is gonna tell you, like, all right. And you can look at people's faces and see where they honest. That's what I do. I can tell if you're honest or you're dishonest. I can just look at you, how you talking, and different things, different body language. I can tell, like, people who, like, online just trying to be, or oh yeah, I'm this, or I did it first. It don't matter who did it first or who did it last. You know what I mean? If you're really trying to uplift the people and teach the people, then it don't matter who said something first or last, as long as the people get it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to do my part, you know what I mean, because brothers and sisters have helped me, so I'm just trying to do the same thing. Hopefully somebody can benefit from this video. And if you want to ask me a question, hit me up on a DM or the messenger or whatever. All right, peace, good night.